Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim has revealed that several key Manchester United defenders, including Diogo Dalot, are trying really hard to ensure they are available for next week's huge Europa League final against Tottenham. The Red Devils will lock horns with their Premier League rivals in Bilbao for the chance to salvage their sorry season with a trophy and an unexpected golden ticket to the Champions League after falling well below expectations on the domestic front. Dalot, Lenny Yoro and Matthijs de Ligt are injury doubts for next week, with Yoro coming off in Sunday's 2-0 home defeat against West Ham. Neither he nor de Ligt were seen in training ahead of United's clash with Chelsea on Friday night. When Amorim was pressed for an update on the trio, he admitted that he is unable to say for sure whether or not any of them will be available for next week's big game. "I don't know if they are going to be available," Amorim said in a press conference on Wednesday. "We are going to try to push because it's the final matches and this is a final. You know that. All the players want to play that really bad. I don't know. I think they will not go to Chelsea on Friday, but we will have a possibility to have some of them for the final. Dalot is trying really bad. I don't want to risk Dalot because when you start getting one injury, second injury follows, and it's a big thing. We cannot have these kinds of problems in our squad. So, we will see. But he's working really hard to get in the final." While United are sweating on the fitness of several defenders, Tottenham are facing up to the prospect of trying to beat their rivals without one of their most influential attacking figures after Dejan Kulusevski underwent surgery for a knee injury on Wednesday. Spurs confirmed the news in a statement, which read, "We can confirm that Dejan Kulusevski suffered an injury to his right patella in our Premier League fixture against Crystal Palace last weekend." Following further specialist consultation, the midfielder has undergone surgery today and will commence his rehabilitation with our medical staff immediately. We're all with you, Decky. Manchester United won't spend significant funds on a new goalkeeper this summer after Ruben Amorim decided on other priorities. Andre Onana's future at Old Trafford has been under the microscope after failing to cut errors out of his game. Onana, 29, was dropped by Amorim last month after two howlers against Lyon in the Europa League quarter-finals. His understudy, Altay Bayindir, has featured more regularly as the season has worn on, but his performances haven't inspired confidence. It was reported at the turn of the year that Amorim wants to sign a new goalkeeper who can push Onana. With the Cameroonian continuing to make high-profile mistakes, an increasing number of fans want the club to go searching for a direct replacement. But a decision has been made. The Manchester Evening News report that United aren't prepared to spend a large amount of cash on a goalkeeper unless Onana leaves. The former Inter Milan shot-stopper wants to stay though, and his recent decision to change agencies wasn't made with a view to a transfer. Turkey international Bayindir, however, could be the one to leave Old Trafford in search of more regular starts, with the 2026 World Cup a year away. Third-choice goalkeeper Tom Heaton is in the final few weeks of his current contract and turned 39 last week. Senior United figures hope that Onana can rediscover his best form, which he's rarely showcased since his £47 million transfer from Inter in 2023. Those same figures and Amorim have prioritised bringing in a playmaker, a striker and a midfielder. United hope to make 3 or 4 key signings, and Champions League revenue would help them secure their top targets. In order to bank that, the Red Devils need to win the Europa League final next Wednesday. Amorim's side face Tottenham, with Onana expected to start. Amorim was recently asked whether he'd consider signing a new goalkeeper in the summer transfer window. "We are going to make that evaluation for any position in the squad," the United manager replied. "You can see my record too. My record is the worst in the team. I am also underperforming. We need to improve. We cannot change all the players. We need to improve every position on the field. Goalkeeper is the same. We can work with Andre. Andre Onana already proved he is a top player with Inter. Altay the same with Fenerbahce. We have some seasons where we are underperforming." Marcus Rashford is more inclined to remain at Aston Villa than seek a move abroad this summer. The 27-year-old, who joined Villa on loan from Manchester United in February, has enjoyed his return to regular first-team football after being sidelined by Ruben Amorim. Villa have the option to make Rashford's move permanent for £40 million, but their transfer plans may depend on which European competition they qualify for. While Rashford had previously considered a potential move to Barcelona, Express Sport reports that his successful stint under manager Unai Emery, during which he has scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists, has persuaded him to stay at Villa Park. Rashford will have input into his future, but the final decision on a permanent move to the West Midlands isn't entirely up to him. Villa might attempt to negotiate down their £40 million option, but Rashford's hefty £350,000 a week wage could be a major obstacle. This salary would make him Villa's highest paid player by a significant margin, and it could also deter Barcelona. It's been suggested that Rashford has enlisted agent Pini Zahavi to explore a move to the Catalan club, as there's no certainty that Villa can meet his financial demands, especially if they fail to secure Champions League qualification. Although Rashford's contract with United runs until 2028, a return to Old Trafford is seen as highly unlikely. Whether other interested parties will join the fray this summer remains to be seen, following earlier links to Borussia Dortmund, Serie A clubs and teams in the Saudi Pro League. Some Villa supporters are worried that they may have already witnessed Rashford's final appearance in claret and blue due to a hamstring injury he sustained last month. The forward, capable of playing centrally or on the left wing, undertook a warm-weather rehabilitation program in Dubai to expedite his recovery, and a return before the season concludes wasn't initially ruled out. That said, Friday's home match against Tottenham is the last game Rashford is eligible to play in, as Villa head to Old Trafford on the final day. Rashford returned to the England squad in March after a year-long absence, and getting fit for Thomas Tuchel's second round of games next month is a top priority. Manchester United stars are said to be unhappy at being offered just 2 tickets per player for the Europa League final, whilst the travel logistics mean they may not be able to celebrate with their family if they win. The Red Devils take on Tottenham at the San Mamés in Bilbao, but much of the build-up has been dominated by the news that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has continued to be frugal with the freebies. Complimentary tickets are very much at a premium, which has not gone down well with the playing group, reports the Daily Mail. The club are handing out just 2 complimentary tickets per player for friends and family, as well as seats on a chartered flight. That will land 60 miles away in Santander on the morning of the game, whilst the guests will also be given food and drink at the team hotel. Their return flight is also from Santander, more than an hour's drive from Bilbao, and leaves at 2:15 a.m. following the final, which means any celebrations are unlikely. The players can buy up to 10 more tickets from UEFA at face value, which range in price from £200 to £55. But if they took that option, they would have to stump up the costs for the additional flights and hotel rooms. The Manchester outfit could land themselves £100 million in revenue with victory in the Europa League by virtue of landing themselves a spot in the Champions League. Despite that, their Ineos chief has continued to watch the costs, a move that has not been well received. Ruben Amorim will pay for 30 members of his backroom staff to attend the Europa League final with their families, as he looks to remedy the unpopular decision taken by Ratcliffe. He will personally cover the cost for his coaches and physios to bring up to 2 members of family or friends. He said, "You know that we have a lot of things, people leaving, a lot of changing in the staff. In this moment for our club, sometimes it is hard to understand when to give and when to take. It is complicated for the club to start giving to other members of staff. It is a really hard position." Amorim continued, "My reaction was to help. Then we talked to the players, and the players had the same reaction. Everybody wants the staff there and their families there. The finalists have been given an allocation of around 15,000 each, and while Spurs are offering a free ticket to every full-time employee, United have only set aside a small number for a staff ballot. Instead, they've been invited to a screening in Manchester where they will be offered 2 free drinks."